Mario games, full of platforming, adventure and lots of mushrooms. After years of playing Mario games, you start to create your own little list of best Mario games. And that's why we're going to do a top 5 Mario games. Number 5. Like a lot of kids, I grew up with a Game Boy and played a lot of games on it. One of the games which I used to play was Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins. Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins is a platforming game for the Game Boy released in 1992 and later for the Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console in 2011. It is the sequel to Super Mario Land and also marks the debut of Wario. Like Super Mario Land, this game was originally excluded from the main Super Mario series by Nintendo, but were included alongside the more traditional games for the 30th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Now this game is a bit more of an oddball among all the other Mario games. Now it's not a bad thing that it's different from the other Mario games, this makes it more special in my opinion. The level design was great, it had some interesting effects in certain worlds, for example the space zone with the low gravity effect. Or for example the pumpkin world, which had a Halloween feel to it. Now another great feature are the bosses that you face in each world. They're diverse, they have good tactics and overall they're fun little mini-bosses. Number 4. Now the next game on the list is not completely a Mario game because you don't play as Mario. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island is the prequel to Super Mario World. It stars Yoshi and his Yoshi clan, who, while carrying baby Mario, travel across Yoshi's Island to save baby Luigi from baby Bowser and Kamek. Super Mario World Yoshi's Island has spawned a new series of platform games from the Yoshi series, although it's the 4th entry overall. Now this game is special in my opinion, because you don't play as Mario, but he does have a significant role. Yoshi handles differently from Mario, but luckily the entire game is built around it, and they did a great job with this. The world itself is big, colorful and filled with a lot of different enemies. There are 2 things about this game that make it better than the others. Those 2 reasons are the sound design and the visuals. The music of this game is really great and fits the hand-drawn visual look. It gives a bit of a childish theme which really fits with baby Mario and Yoshi. So if you never played this game, then shame on you. Number 3. The next game is considered to be the best in the series, but in my opinion it lacks some fine-tuning and polishing. Super Mario 64 is a 3D action-adventure platformer game released for the Nintendo 64 in 1996. This game was one of the 2 launch titles for the Nintendo 64 along with Pilotwings 64. To this day, it has sold nearly 11 million copies and is marked as the best-selling Nintendo 64 game of all time. It is also the 2nd most popular game on the Wii's Virtual Console after Super Mario Bros. Now the reason why this game is so great is because it was the first 3D Mario platformer. There were some camera flaws left and right, well actually a lot, but it doesn't matter, it was the first of its kind. But what they did perfectly is creating an interesting world with cool mechanics that work with the 3D aspect. For example what they did with the Bowser boss fights where you throw him into a bomb. This required some good timing. And for that reason alone it deserved to be in the top 3. Number 2. Now like I said with Super Mario 64 there were some flaws in the design. For example the camera had some huge flaws. Now a later 3D Mario game fixed all of this and even blew my mind when I played it. Super Mario Galaxy is a 3D action-adventure platformer game for the Wii console, first released in 2007. It is the 3rd Mario 3D platformer and the follow-up to Super Mario 64, as well as Super Mario Sunshine. Unlike the previous 2 3D adventure installments for the Mario series, this game takes place in deep space. Upon release, Super Mario Galaxy received some of the highest review scores of any Wii game to date. Since its release, the game has sold over 12 million copies. Now the great thing about this game is the fact that it uses gravity in a really cool way and creates some interesting platforming with this. You had to play around with gravity at certain parts to complete levels or progress. And besides that, the camera was normal in this game, which was a great improvement from Super Mario 64. It was a great game, but not the best. Number 1. Now my number 1 is a bit different from the others. A lot of people didn't really like this game a lot. Super Mario Sunshine. a Mario action-adventure 3D platformer first released on July 19th, 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. It follows Super Mario 64 and is the second 3D Mario platformer. Super Mario Sunshine is the second game in the Mario series to feature extensive voice acting, the first being Hotel Mario, making Sunshine the first and thus far the only 3D Mario game with voice acting. This game didn't get a lot of praise when it came out, and I don't really know why, because it's a really good game. The voice acting in this game was actually really good and very fitting. Now there are 3 things that make this game fantastic. First, the music. It fits the setting, it's really happy music and I like it a lot. Second, the visuals. Everything was very colorful and happy, it gave a tropical vacation feel. Third, Flood. He added a lot of cool mechanics to the game in terms of platforming, and he still had the Mario 64 levels in between without Flood, so this created great diversity. This is my favorite Mario game, and it will always be. Great that you watched this entire video! There are more videos on the screen, just click on them and you can watch the others. They're great too. I'll bet you like them. And why not subscribe, then you won't miss a thing.